this is Karen with Xanadu Muse. Welcome to my channel, and especially welcome to all my new subscribers. I've been getting quite a few lately, and I do appreciate you hitting the subscribe button. It means a lot to me. And I know a lot of you guys had subscribed because of my coloring book giveaway, and I had picked a winner. Fortunately, the winner has not come forward with the address, so I'm going to be picking another winner shortly. I'm going to be using the same pool because it's only fair, I think, instead of redoing the whole video and having everybody re-enter the giveaway, because that's not fair. So I'm going to do that shortly, and I will tag the person, I guess that's the correct term, in the original YouTube video. I tagged the person in the YouTube video, and I tagged them on Facebook because I know they were also on Facebook. Both social medias never responded. Anyway, let's jump into this project share. I belong to a group called Art for the Creative Minds. It's actually a Canadian group. One's in Holland. This is where this envelope came from. As you can see, Holland. And I think there's one in the UK. There's a person in the UK. There's several people in the United States and several people in Canada. And it is a participating group, and we have a couple of swaps a month. And the list owner is an awesome person by the name of Jocelyn, and she's going to be getting my version of this. I haven't opened it up yet. The swap was to create a mini book out of one piece of paper. So let's open it up and find out what's inside. I put this so it would hide the person's address. It came from Carla from Holland. Here I am opening. Here I go. And we're going to pull it out. Remember, this came from one piece of paper. So we're going to untie it. It looks like it came from a 12 by 12 piece of paper. And then, look at that. Isn't it cute? And then there's a flip here. Oh, it's like a little flip book. And a flip here. And a flip there. Here, a flip there, a flip everywhere. Yeah, I'm crazy. I can't get the whole thing in the screen. How awful. When I hit record and record a video, my phone gets closer. It's kind of bizarre how it does that. So we're going to flip it up. And look at the gold. They have what are these stickers called? Frame something? I can't remember. And then there's a little pocket here. Isn't this cute? And you can put some tags, journaling, or pictures here. I'll tie it up in a minute later. And then there's one on this side. It flips open. Oh, it even flips open there. And it's cool. That is just too cool. And there it is, all the way open. And that's a little pocket right there. 2 thumbs up. I love it. Now I gotta put it back together. I will tie it. You know what? This one goes like this, and this goes like this, and then I will tie it back in a little bit. Hello, I'm back. This is take 4. Yes, take 4 of my little book. There is a name for this book. I don't remember the name of it, but I will put a link to it in the description box, and it will tell you the name of it. Once again, this is one piece of paper, and I did use one piece, but I cheated. I didn't use a 12 by 12, and I didn't use a 8.5 by 11. I used this paper I had forever. I don't know if you can read it. It's handmade paper. And if you're familiar with the Dollar Tree, you know that's a Dollar Tree brand. And look how big that is. Yes, I cheated. It'll tell you how to make this book. And if you want to use a different size than the measurements, just fold it in half and then fold it over. You'll get a force. You need to have 4 even creases, or 4 even folds. So all you have to do is fold it in half and then fold it half again turn it 90 degrees. Yeah, 90 degrees. And fold it again. And you have your creases in the correct measurements. Okay, this paper, I'm going to tell you where I got most of the stuff. A lot of it somebody sent me over the years. Some of it I know what it is. Some of it I don't. But if I don't know, I'll tell you. If I do know, I will tell you. The cover. The cover is Theodosia squares, and it comes from Hobby Lobby. They're big pads. I could try to show you, but it's not going to really show up on the screen because it is a 12 by 12 paper. And that's what it is. That's the name of it. And that's some of the papers. Yes. I use that for the cover. And this, I think, is Graphics 45. Somebody gave it to me. This is actually a ticket. Somebody wrote, "I am creative" on it and put some jute on it. This is a key from Michaels, and I think I actually have it upside down. But that's okay. This is a little punch arrow I have made from some paper. I have no idea where I got. This is Graphic 45 paper somebody gave me. This is a little tag. A ticket. You can get them at Walmart. Whole roll for like $3 or $4. And this was in my stash with a little black half pearl. The binding on the edge is Prima's ledger paper. And I'll show you what that looks like. It's called Ledger Pad. There you go. And it's also 12 by 12. So I only used this one piece. Okay, I said one piece of paper, didn't I? And I obviously used more than one. The body of the book is one piece. The embellishments, more than one piece. So, the trim is from Michaels. I bought two sets. One comes in this, looks like this. I know it's a hot mess right now. And it comes with some lace and some jute. Some more lace. And then the regular jute. And then this was in the ribbon section. And where is the other one? Hold on a moment. Found the other one. This one's Recollections. And it's in the mixed media where the stamps and all that kind of stuff is. And then they have 3 different ones. I only used the Rip Rack and the kind of the tassel-y one. I didn't use this one yet. So I enjoyed using those two. I bought the trim and I bought the keys just for this project. The rest of the stuff I already had. So I'm going to open it up, untie it. And this green paper is the handmade paper that I got from the Dollar Tree. And as you can see throughout, this is one piece of paper. Okay, here's the first page. I boo-booed here, but I had to fix it. So I used some of that Prima paper to fix it. This came from the Theodosia, the journal, to cover it up. This piece I do not know. It was in my stash. Somebody gave it to me. This is Prima, and that's Prima. The bling is Prima. This is Graphics 45. This is Graphics 45. And that's Graphics 45. And once again, that's the key. The key you can find in the wood section at Michaels. They were like maybe $2, $3. I don't remember. I'm sorry, I'm moving the glass. And each of these pages is a pocket. And I made a tag. I just put a little admit one. Put a little black flyer on it. Don't know where I got that. And some of the trim. I'm going to put the tags back later so you don't have to see that. I did put the trim on the side. When the pockets are on top, I put the trim on the side. But when the pockets, like on this page, are on the side, they come out this way, I didn't put any trim. This is from an ephemera package I got at Tuesday morning, long time ago. It looks like this. It's from DIY Shop, crepe paper. I paid $1.49 for it, and I bought several packages, and they're all the same. As you can see, there's a View Master. So I used several pieces from this kit. This piece is not Graphics 45. It's very slick. I did not know where I got this from. This is Graphics 45. I don't know any of these collections, by the way. I'm sorry. 2 half pearls. This came from the ephemera package. These came from the ephemera package. This is a graphic 45 somebody gave me. And then this tag, graphic 45 that somebody gave me. A couple of bling. I think I'm going to put a third one because you should do things in odd, not even, right? And then the lace trim. And then we're going to move on to the next page. And this piece right here is from the Theodosia. This piece, and this piece are from the ephemera. This piece, and this piece are graphic 45. This is a punch I had. And it's using the same paper as this. I think they call this glassine paper. I'm not really sure. I don't know where I got it from. This trim along the edge is graphic 45. I'll put it on both ends. It says Moulin Rouge in Paris. If you guys are familiar with graphic 45, you may know which pad this is. I don't. Because usually if I have graphic 45, I won't cut it. And this was already cut for me. So, yay. I put the jute trim on the side here. Next page. I had this in my stash, this little file folder. Do not know where it came from. This little hand came from the same punch. Let me see, where is it? As this. Yeah, it's an 80K success punch. Here it is right here. There we go. I used this one and I used some of these arrows. And this is the ephemera. Open it up. Ephemera. The tags are ephemera. This little brown bag somebody gave me. And this little owl is a Martha Stewart punch. Yes, it's a punch. It's one of my favorite punches. I have 2 favorite punches. One's the owl and one is the buttons from Martha Stewart. And this tag, I think this is graphic 45 paper and just some of the jute. Moving on to the next page. I do not know where this girl came from. Don't know what paper she is. She's on back on something. I think I must have messed something up and deconstructed it or something. Some Prima bling. This happy is part of the ephemera package. These 3 pieces that are tucked inside the typewriter are from graphic 45. There's some musical notes. There's some guys playing in the band, and then there's a typewriter. And this tag, I think this is a loose piece from Hobby Lobby. I'm not 100% sure. The trim from Michaels. And on the back, this is the same Prima paper that's on the spine. And then more of the trim from Michaels. And then some more of the ephemera paper. This, where it says slapjack and the jack, it was actually a little card that had 12. I don't know what deck of cards has a 12 on there, but this one did. So I cut the slapjack, I cut the jack out, I cut the slapjack out, and then I added the party. So it's slapjack party, and this piece is from graphic 45, and everything else is the ephemera packages. And then I did a little quick tag with the same typewriter paper and just a piece of brown cardstock or craft paper, I don't know. This came from the same paper as the Theodosia. So did this piece. This is actually a wood frame I had cut down, and I put a little red bling on it. I do not know where this red bling came from. Who knows? Here's another one of those gifted file folders. I put it in backwards this time so make sure you can tell it's a file folder. This again is graphic 45 with some half pearls. This, and this came from the ephemera. The hand once again came from that EK Success Punch. You open it up. This is a back of a card, playing card from the ephemera, and this came from the ephemera. And here is the tag, and there's the front of a card. And then I have the flowers from the same ephemera pack. I think actually this ephemera pack is different from the one I showed you. There was a birthday one, And that's where I think these came from. And the last one, which this piece is coming up. Oh, I forgot some more trim. I have to glue this down. Where's my glue stick? This is on the green paper, but I used pattern sewing paper. Don't you just love when you're on the last page and you have technical difficulties? The tripod tipped and then the phone got too hot. Well, anyway, here's the last page. I wanted to use sewing pattern paper on one of the pages. I have 2 boxes of it. I went to Walmart and spent 97 cents on the cheapest pattern, sewing pattern I could find so I could use it in this book. The pattern paper is from the Theodosia. I fussy cut most of it. She's at a milliner, I guess is how you say it. She's at the Hatters. You know, Johnny Depp and the Mad Hatter. And she's choosing between these 2 hats. And then she's got these hats over here she can purchase. And they're only 20 cents because, hey, this is make-believe. And this little bling, you may recognize that it's from the Dollar Tree. And this, I think this is air dry clay. And I used the mold from the Mod Melts from Plaid. And I let it dry, then I painted it and I put a bling on it. I think that's where that came from. I think I did make that. And I put it as an embellishment on the hat. And the 20 cent is from the same embellishment or ephemera kit. And then the trim to tie it. And this one I didn't do such a bad job unlike this one. So you just tie the book together and it is complete. And I hope my partner Jocelyn likes it. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave them in the comments below. If you would like to join our group, Create Art for the Creative Minds, I will put a link, and rest assured, if you're not from Canada, it does not matter. You will get people who are from the United States. You may get a foreign person to swap occasionally. It's only fair. I know postage is expensive, but this is a group that you must participate in. So if you do not plan to participate, it might not be the group for you. But it's a wealth of information and it's wonderful people, and it's not one of those groups where you can only talk about art or craft. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't, you can do what you want to do. Please hit the subscribe button. I do enjoy seeing the email when you got new subscribers. It just makes my day. Until later, I hope you craft on.